Okay. Good morning, y'all, because it is 2:44 in the morning, probably 2:45 at the time of recording this. But I was just sitting here in the silence, listening to my thoughts and listening to how I feel. And I really feel like it's some things I need to get off my chest. Now, to most of y'all, this may sound like rambling, but if you really pay attention, I guarantee you it all makes sense in the end. And I hope that y'all can hear me because I'm not holding the phone up to my face and I am sitting in the dark. So, the first thing that came to mind was politics, the government, what they stand for, who they are, and what power they hold. Keyword here being power. And I'm trying to understand why there is a need in so many people for power. I mean, and it's power is essentially control. And the government controls everything, correct? No, not everything, because we are all still individuals, still have our own minds, still have our own way of thinking, still have our own way of doing things. However, there are certain rules that the government has set in place that we need to follow. Notice that I said there are certain rules, not all of them apply to who we are as individuals. And I'm really just letting stuff flow here. So if I get quiet, it's because I'm listening and then I speak. These last 3.5 years with this pandemic has been God trying to show those who are in authority that they really have no control over anything except for what they're supposed to. Everybody got a power trip over money. Everybody got a power trip over people doing certain things. Everybody got a power trip over just life in general. But the main thing that came to mind was those people who are in authority who have no idea exactly what is really going on in the world. These capsations that they put over money as far as it pertains to poverty, middle class, high class. I mean, what is it all for real? Because y'all really have no idea while y'all sitting up there on y'all high horses what really going on down here. So how can you say that a proper living situation for somebody who is a single parent or even somebody that's single can afford to live in a world with constant inflation off of $40,000 a year? And I know that this has been said time and time again, and it will probably be going on for the rest of our lives here. But understand something. One family cannot live off of $40,000 a year because sometimes, even with a 2-parent household, only one parent is working because the other one has to stay at home and take care of children if there are children at home. And even if they're not, who's to say that that person ain't even knee deep in debt because of student loans or making bad choices as young adults that led to the ultimate destruction in adulthood, single adulthood. Now, me being a single mother too, you can just about imagine what I'm going through. But I made $10,000 a year work for me and my two, which make 3. Yeah, I had help from the government. I was on government assistance, but ain't that how the system is set up to be used anyway? And misused by so many others. Everything that happens in our lives, whether it be a victim of circumstance or the current situation with the government and how they run their politics. It's so many stipulations put on so many generations of so many different races that it don't even make no sense. If you ask me, the whole system is corrupt. But I know a lot of people will agree. Take off the blindfolds. And I'm not speaking to the people that are down here with me. I'm speaking to the people that are in higher positions. I'm speaking to those that run the government from the White House. Why don't you come down here and walk a mile in my shoes and see some of my views? Come down here and learn what it feels like to become a human again. Yeah, yes, I said become a human again. Because those people that sit up in them high chairs lose all view of reality. Why? Because they no longer have anything to worry about like we do down here. So they get lost. But who gave you the authority to choose what happens to me anyway? You're not God. God gave us all the individual power to choose what we do with ourselves. It's called free will. But what do you do when you live in a society that tries to put a cap on that free will? Who are you to judge what is right for me? All of this stuff that I see on TV, and I don't never speak about it, but I'm speaking about it now because it's how I feel, and it's time for me to release my emotions and stand and agree with those that I see around me. Because now I'm at the point to where I want to know, where did these things that y'all put in place come from? Who gave you the authority? And before you say, well, us as United Citizens voted y'all into these offices, so we gave y'all the power. You right, we did. But we didn't give y'all that power so y'all could dictate what happens to us. We gave y'all that power thinking that y'all would help us, not hinder us. Everything that y'all have in place outside of welfare, health care, damn, I can't even go no further. Because those are the only things, those are the only two things that really help somebody in poverty. Listen to what I said. Those are the only two things that really help somebody in poverty. Because y'all take away from men and women when y'all make these decisions based off of what y'all think y'all feel is right. Because everything starts out as a thought. Like, women shouldn't be allowed to get abortions because it's killing another human being. But you don't never know somebody's circumstance. Never. And that's not to take away from those people that just feel like it's the right thing to do just because they don't want to deal with it. Yeah, that's fucked up too. But at the same time, what about those people who are in situations where this is their life or their death? What do you do then? Who gave you the right to tell me that my kid's father can't be in my home in order for y'all to collect money from him just to distribute to us how y'all see fit? Or if that man doesn't comply, he needs to go sit in jail, where that further accumulates even more debt for him, and he can't even maintain. But y'all trying to get him out this debt because y'all want to make him pay what he owes. The Lord said, to whom much is given, much is required. When are y'all going to give us what we require from y'all? With the total understanding of everything that's going on in the world. It's so much conflict and confusion out here because everybody is steady fighting against instead of standing with. And what I mean by that is everybody coming together, standing together, everybody that is one sound, one mind, one body. Because I'm sure that I know for a fact that I'm not the only person that shares these same views. Have you ever thought about what standing together would look like? And it's not just one race. It's not just one set group of individuals. What would the world look like if everybody who had the same mindset stood together? You know, they talk about in movies, one band, one sound. And one monkey don't stop no show. So what would you do? Let me know.